Hello, welcome students. Welcome to e-learning program. Myself Sunil Ekar from HAL English Medium School, Ozar Township, Ozar. Now in the first part we have seen the ninth lesson of history, that is last phase of struggle for independence. In the first part we have seen the Act of 1935, provincial cabinets, Cripps mission, Second World War and Indian National Congress, Quit India movement, Quit India resolution, then beginning of people's movement, underground movement, and now in the second part we will see the establishment of parallel government. Okay, at some places in the country, British officers were driven out and people's government was established. These are called parallel government. Parallel government were formed in district of Midnapore in Bengal, Balia in and Azamgarh in Uttar Pradesh and Purnia in Bihar. Okay, in Satara district of Maharashtra in 1942, the Krantisiya Nana Patil brought an end to the British government and established parallel government. At Kundal, under the leadership of Kranti Agrani, GD, Allies, Bapulad, Tufan Sena was established. Through its medium, collection of taxes, maintenance of law and order, punishment to criminals, such work was done by parallel government. People started accepting the verdict passed by people's court appointed by the parallel government, opposition to the money lenders, prohibition on liquor, spread of literacy, opposition to caste distinctions. Many such constructive work was done by this government, that is parallel government. Due to it, the parallel government became a source of inspiration for the public. Okay, now this point we have seen, we read it. Now what we have seen in this paragraph, that is the driven, first of all, the driving the British officers out. People's government was established at some places called parallel government. They were formed at Midnapore in Bengal, Balia and Azamgarh in Uttar Pradesh and Purnia in Bihar. Under the leadership of uh, Kranti Agrani, GD, Allies, Bapulad, that is Tufan Sena was established. Krantisiya Nana Patil established a parallel government in Satara district of Maharashtra. Which work done by the parallel government? First of all, the collection of taxes, maintenance of law and order, punishment to criminals, appointing people court. These work done by parallel government. It undertook the constructive programs like opposing moneylenders, very great things, then prohibition of liquor, spread of literacy, then opposing caste discrimination is there. Okay, this is very important thing is there. Next point is the importance of Quit India movement. The 1942 movement took the form of a nationwide agitation to fulfill the objectives of gaining independence. Lakhs of Indians made unlimited sacrifices. Many sacrificed their lives. The number of people participating in the struggle was so huge that even all the prisons in the whole of the country were not enough to contain them. The patriotic songs composed by Sane Gurji, Rashtrasanta Tukdoji Maharaj, and others increased the enthusiasm of the agitators. This nationwide movement is also called August Kranti. Okay, what is the importance of the Quit India movement is that is the to fulfill objectives of independence. Lakhs of Indians made unlimited sacrifices and many sacrificed their lives. Prisons of the whole country were not enough for people who participated in the large number. Patriotic songs composed by Sane Gurji, Rashtrasanta Tukodoji Maharaj, and others increased the enthusiasm of agitators. This nationwide movement is also called August Kranti is there. Now another point is there, that is the Indian National Army. Okay, that is Azad Hind Sena. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose took phenomenal efforts for gaining independence of India. Of the eastern borders of India, thousands of Indians stood in readiness to fight against the British. All these soldiers belonged to Azad Hind Sena. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was their leader. Subhash Chandra Bose was an important leader of Indian National Congress. He graced the position of President of Congress twice. As per his opinion, while England was engaged in the Second World War, the Indians should take advantage of it and make the movement more intense. If necessary, India should seek the help of enemies of England, but there arose difference of opinion between him and the other soldier leaders of Congress. As a result, Subhash Chandra Bose resigned from the position of president. To place his views in front of the people, he founded a party known as Forward Bloc. Through his speeches, Netaji appealed to the Indians to revolt against the British rule. Due to it, the government imprisoned him. Subhash Chandra Bose went on fast unto death in the prison, due to which the British government interned him in his residence. From there, he escaped in disguise. In April 1941, he reached Germany. There, he founded the Free India Center. From the Berlin radio station in Germany, he appealed to the Indian people to join in an armed struggle. During this period, Raj Bihari Bose invited Subhash Chandra Bose to Japan. Okay, now Subhash Chandra Bose, the forward block he has established. Why? Subhash Chandra Bose became the president of Indian National Congress twice. You know it very well. According to him, and England was engaged in the Second World War. The Indians should take advantage of this situation and make the movement more intense. Very important thing he has told at that time. He wanted Indians to seek help from the enemies of England. Other senior leaders of Congress did not agree with his view. This led to the resignation of Subhash Chandra Bose from the office of the Congress president. So he founded the Forward Bloc, a party to place his views before the people. Then he went to Germany. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose made an appeal to the people of India to revolt against the British. So he was imprisoned by the British. As he went on fast unto death in the jail, he was interned in his house by the British. He managed to escape in disguise and reached Germany in April 1941. What work he has done in the Germany? First of all, he founded the Free India Center in Germany. He made an appeal to the people of India from Berlin radio station to join the armed struggle for the independence of India. Then formation of the Indian National Army. The next point is there. You can see the picture of Raj Bihari Bose. Raj Bihari Bose was staying in Japan since 1915. He had organized the Indian patriots living in countries of Southeast Asia and established the organization named Indian Independence League. In the early part of 1942, Japan conquered the territories in Southeast Asia, which were controlled by the British. Thousands of Indian soldiers and officers in Britain or British Army there fell into the hands of Japan. Raj Bihari Bose, with the help of Captain Mohan Singh, formed a battalion of these Indian prisoners of war. It was named as Indian National Army, that is Azad Hind Sena. Later, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose led the Indian National Army. In October 1943, Netaji established Azad Hind government in Singapore. Shahnawaz Khan, Jagannath Bhosle, Dr. Lakshmi Swaminathan, Guru Baksh Singh Dhillon, Prem Kumar Sehgal, etc. were his chief associates. Captain Lakshmi Swaminathan was the commander of Rani of Jhansi regiment. Netaji appealed to the Indian people, "You give me blood and I will give independence." Okay, now very great slogan by the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was there. What we have seen in this paragraph, that is the Raj Bihari Bose was living in Japan since 1915. Okay, now he organized Indian patriots living in Southeast Asia, and established the Indian Independence League. In 1942, Japan conquered the territories in Southeast Asia. Thousands of Indian soldiers and officers of the British Army fell into the hands of Japan. Then Raj Bihari Bose, with the help of Captain Mohan Singh, formed the Indian National Army, that is Azad Hind Sena, from Indian prisoners of war. Okay, now establishment of the Azad Hind Sena government. First of all, the Subhash Chandra Bose took over the leadership of Indian National Army. He established Azad Hind Sena government at Singapore in October 1943. His prominent associates were Shahnawaz Khan, Jagannath Bhosle, Guru Baksh Singh Dhillon, Prem Kumar Sehgal, and Dr. Lakshmi Swaminathan. These are. Captain Lakshmi Swaminathan was the commander of the Rani of Jhansi regiment. Netaji appealed to the Indian people. Very great slogan was there. "You give me blood, I will give you independence," is there. Okay, this is great slogan from the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose was there. Next point is achievement of Indian National Army. In November 1943, Japan conquered Andaman and Nicobar Island and handed them over the Azad Hind government. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose renamed them as Shahid and Swaraj, respectively. In 1944, Indian National Army captured the Arakan province in Myanmar. Posts on the eastern border of Assam were captured. In the same period, the campaign of Imphal remained incomplete because Japan stopped helping to the Indian National Army. But in advance circumstances, soldiers of Indian National Army were dedicatedly fighting. But in the same period, Japan accepted defeat on 18th August 1945. Subhash Chandra Bose died in the plane accident. On his background, the soldiers of Indian National Army had to lay down their arms. Thus ended the thrilling phase of the Indian National Army. Later, the British government charged the officers of Indian National Army with treason. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, uh, Bhulabhai Desai, Tej Bahadur Sapre, these expert lawyers defended them, but the military tribunal held the officers guilty and they were sentenced to life imprisonment. Therefore, there was severe urgent unrest against the British government in the minds of Indian people. Finally, the British government had to suspend the punishment given by military tribunal. Okay, what we have seen in this paragraph. Okay, uh, Japan conquered the Andaman and Nicobar Island in November 1943 and handed over these to the Azad Hind Sena government. These were renamed as Shahid and Swarajya by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. In 1944, the Indian National Army captured Arakan in Myanmar and number of posts of the eastern border of Assam. Imphal campaign remained incomplete as Japanese supplies to the Indian National Army stopped. In the same period, Japan accepted defeat the World War. On 18th August 1945, Subhash Chandra Bose died in plane crash, that is accident. The soldiers of the Indian National Army surrendered, which brought an end to the thrilling phase of Indian National Army. Okay, now the revolts of Indian Navy and Air Force. The Navy and Air Force soldiers, with the inspiration from Indian National Army, caused discontent against the British government. It burst out on the British warship Talwar, the name of ship Talwar, in Mumbai on 18 February 1946. The soldiers unfurled the tricolor flag on the British warship. They raised slogans against the British government. The British government sent army to open fire on the naval soldiers. The rebel also made counterattack with firing. The workers and common people extended their support to the naval soldiers. Finally, with the mediation of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, the naval soldiers laid down their arms. To support the uprising, the naval soldiers, the FO officer from Delhi, Lahore, Karachi, Ambala, Meerut, etc., went on strike. These revolts were a clear indication that the sentiments of discontent against the rulers had reached a climax. In this way, the period between 1942 to 1946 shook the foundation of British power in India. Through the Quit India movement, to severe discontent of Indian people against the British was expressed. Army, Navy, and Air Force was the backbone of British power. They were also now opposing the British. Due to these incidents, the British rulers realized that they will not be able to empower India for a long period of time. Now, on 18th February, okay, 1946, the soldiers unfurled tricolor flag on the British warship, that is Talwar. The naval soldiers were inspired by the heroics of Indian National Army. The rebel made counter attack to the firing on the army sent by British government. Air Force officers at Delhi, Lahore, Karachi, Ambala, and Meerut went on strike. However, the mediation of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel led the laying down of arms by the soldiers. The uprising was supported by the workers, common people, and the Air Force. These events reflected the discontent in the armed forces against the British. Army, Navy, Air Force turning hostile made the British realize that their rule in India was about to end. Thus, the period between 1942 to 1946 shook the foundation of the British Empire. Now, the lesson is over. Students, I think so. You know it very well. You can understand it very well. Now, below the lesson exercise is given. Just you have to write in your homework book these exercises, the question answers. Okay. Thank you very much.